You've been carrying tension, even when nothing is wrong. The body hasn't stood down yet. This is where that pressure finally drops. Let the breath slow on its own, as the body realizes it doesn't need to push. Notice how the chest is already allowed to drop a fraction. No effort is required to make that happen. The system responds when pressure is removed. You are not trying to relax. You are letting the body stop holding itself up. That distinction matters. The weight has been sitting on you for hours, a heavy, drained feeling that hasn't lifted even when nothing urgent is happening. The shoulders can hang without being adjusted. The jaw does not need to stay ready. Muscle guarding eases when nothing is expected. Take a natural inhale through the nose. Let the exhale move out a little longer without forcing it. That longer release tells the nervous system to downshift. You may feel a subtle settling, low in the chest or upper belly. That is pressure leaving, not something you are doing. There is nothing to monitor. Awareness can stay simple and close to the body. Simple awareness reduces internal noise. Bring attention to the weight of the head, resting on the neck. No lifting. No holding. If thoughts are still active, let them be background movement only. They do not need a response. Response is what creates urgency is less than #0. 9 hash is greater than inhale again, steady and unremarkable. Exhale longer, smooth, unbroken. Heart rhythm begins to even out when the exhale lengthens. Notice the upper back. The muscles there can soften without collapsing. Support remains, even as tension leaves. This state is not fragile. It does not need to be protected. Stable states hold themselves. Bring attention down through the arms. Feel their weight, being carried by whatever they are resting on. No effort travels past the shoulders. Another easy inhale arrives. Another longer exhale follows. 2 levels normalize as the exhale extends and the body reads safety. This voice will meet you here whenever your system needs to settle. If there is tightness in the chest, let it be there without interpretation. Sensation alone does not mean danger. Meaning is what amplifies sensation. The abdomen can remain soft. No bracing. Softness here reduces internal pressure signals. Awareness stays clear, not drifting, not narrowing. Inhale gently. Exhale longer than the inhale, unhurried. Bararaflex response begins to steady. Blood pressure, rhythms. Notice the hips and legs. Their weight is fully supported. Nothing below the waist needs to stay alert. If the mind tries to check progress, let that impulse pass. Checking reactivates effort. Effort is no longer needed is less than #0. 9 hash is greater than. Breath continues in the background. Inhale arrives. Exhale remains slightly longer. This rhythm trains the nervous system toward balance. Balance reduces the signal to stay vigilant. Vigilance fades when it is no longer useful. Notice the throat. It does not need to stay open or closed. Neutral is enough. Another inhale. Another extended exhale. Heart rate variability increases. As the rhythm settles, you are not going anywhere. There is no next step to prepare for. Preparation is what keeps the system tense. The face can soften. The area around the eyes can rest. Clear vision does not require tension. Breath moves in. Breath moves out. Longer, steady. Each cycle reinforces the same message. Nothing is required right now. If energy feels low, that is allowed. Low energy is not failure. It is a signal. The system is powering down unnecessary output. Attention can remain with the body as a whole. No scanning, no fixing. Inhale naturally. Exhale slowly. The nervous system continues to regulate itself when given space. This steadiness is familiar to your system. It recognizes this state and returns to it easily. Stay with this simple, grounded presence. Nothing more is needed in this moment. Even now, part of your system may still be waiting. That waiting can stop here is less than #. 5 is greater than. It only needs to continue without interference. Notice how the body already understands this pace. There is no learning required. The system recognizes familiarity. Bring attention back to the breath without adjusting it. Inhale arrives quietly. Exhale stays longer and even. That longer exhale keeps internal pressure signals low. Low pressure prevents urgency from restarting. Let awareness move slowly through the body, not to change anything, only to register what is already happening. Notice the scalp. No tightening. No holding. The forehead can remain smooth without effort. Effort here serves no purpose. Inhale again, unforced. Exhale longer, controlled, calm. As the exhale lengthens, heart rhythm adapts. Adaptability is a sign of regulation. Bring attention behind the eyes. Awareness feels settled there, not searching. Searching is linked to threat expectation. There is no threat expected now. Notice the jaw. It does not need to stay engaged. Teeth can remain slightly apart. Release here reduces signals to the neck and shoulders. Those areas respond automatically. Another inhale enters. Another longer exhale leaves. The shoulders continue to hang. Support remains underneath them. You are not collapsing. You are allowing support to do its job. Bring attention to the upper chest. Notice any remaining tightness is less than #0. 3 is greater than without naming it. Naming increases engagement. Sensation without interpretation fades on its own. Interpretation is what keeps sensation active. Inhale gently. Exhale longer than before, smooth and continuous. This pattern increases CO2 tolerance. Tolerance reduces the urge to breathe quickly. When breathing slows, vigilance drops. Vigilance dropping allows muscles to disengage. Notice the arms again. They remain heavy. Weight is fully carried. There is no reason to assist gravity. It is already consistent. Thoughts may pass through awareness. They arrive without force. They leave without resistance. No thought needs to be finished. Completion pressure is unnecessary. Inhale steady. Exhale longer. Heart rhythm continues to adjust. Adjustment happens without monitoring. Bring attention to the abdomen. It can remain loose and responsive. No tightening is required to stay upright. Softness here reduces internal alarm signals. Alarm stays inactive when signals remain balanced. Notice the lower back. Support is present there as well. Nothing needs to brace. Another breath cycle completes itself. Exhale remains longer and calm. This rhythm is predictable. Predictability is calming to the nervous system. The hips can stay neutral. Legs remain supported. No readiness forms below the waist. Readiness only appears as less than #0. 3# is greater than when action is required. No action is required here. Inhale without anticipation. Exhale without delay. Awareness remains clear and present. Not drifting, not dull. Clarity increases as pressure stays low. Low pressure supports sustained regulation. This state returns more easily each time you come back here. Stay with this grounded, neutral state. It continues without effort. This calm will not pull you away from yourself. It stays steady and usable. It stays even. Even states are easier for the system to maintain. Notice how nothing is pulling your attention outward. Nothing is demanding a response. Bring awareness back to the breath as a background rhythm. Inhale arrives without effort. Exhale remains slightly longer. That extended exhale continues to quiet internal urgency signals. Urgency stays offline when pressure stays low. Let awareness move down through the body again. Slow, unforced. Notice the neck. It can stay upright without tension. Support does not require stiffness. If there is any remaining tightness, allow it to exist without reaction. Reaction feeds the loop. Inhale gently. Exhale longer and steady. The heart continues to adjust its rhythm. Adaptability increases with each calm cycle. Bring attention to the shoulder blades. They rest where they are. No pulling back is less than #. 5# is greater than. The upper body stays open without effort. Openness reduces sensory threat signals. Another breath cycle moves through. Exhale remains longer. This breathing pattern stabilizes blood pressure responses. Stability reduces the need for vigilance. Notice the center of the chest again. Sensation here can exist without meaning. Meaning is what escalates sensation. When meaning drops away, sensation loses intensity. Intensity fades naturally. Inhale without preparing. Exhale without controlling. Thoughts may slow further now. Internal speech stretches out. Pauses appear between thoughts. Those pauses are not emptiness. They are regulation taking hold. Bring awareness to the arms again. They remain heavy and supported. No effort travels downward. This reduces overall muscle tone. Lower tone conserves nervous system energy. Another inhale arrives. Another, longer exhale leaves. The abdomen stays soft. Softness here continues to calm internal pressure sensors. If the mind checks whether this is working, notice that impulse and let it pass. Checking reintroduces effort. Effort is not required for this state. It sustains itself. When undisturbed, bring attention to the lower body. Hips remain neutral. Legs feel stable and grounded. Grounded does not mean heavy or slow. It means supported and clear. Inhale steady. Exhale longer is less than #0. 1 is greater than smooth. Heart rate variability continues to improve. Improvement happens quietly, in the background. Awareness remains present and alert. No fog. No drifting. This is a regulated, functional calm. This is a familiar state. Your system remembers and re-enters easily. Stay here with this neutral steadiness. Nothing needs to change for it to continue. This steadiness no longer needs to be watched. It remains on its own. Familiar states require less energy to maintain. Notice how the body is no longer waiting for something to happen. Waiting creates tension. Bring awareness back to the breath again. Inhale arrives naturally. Exhale remains longer and even. That consistency keeps internal rhythms aligned. Alignment reduces unnecessary alert signals. Let attention rest at the base of the throat. No tightening, no holding words in place. When the throat stays neutral, the chest follows. Pressure continues to drop. Another easy inhale. Another longer exhale. Notice the upper ribs. Breath moves them gently, without effort. Movement without strain is regulating. The heart remains adaptable. Adaptability prevents sudden spikes. If attention wanders, let it return slowly. Speed is not required. Bring awareness to the middle of the back. That area can soften, while still supporting posture. Support does not need tension is less than hash shown. 5 hash is greater than inhale steady, exhale longer. This breathing pattern keeps CO2 levels balanced. Balance signals safety to the nervous system. Notice the arms once more. They remain heavy and still. Stillness here reduces global muscle tone. Global tone dropping allows thought speed to slow. Slower thought speed reduces urgency. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale remains unbroken and calm. Thoughts now appear as brief information only. They do not arrive with pressure. Pressure is what forces reaction. Without pressure, response stays optional. Bring attention to the abdomen again. Soft and responsive. No internal bracing. Softness here supports steady circulation. Circulation steadiness supports calm alertness. Inhale gently. Exhale longer, smooth. Notice the pelvis and hips. They remain level and supported. No readiness forms. Readiness is unnecessary when no action is required. The system recognizes this. Another inhale arrives. Another longer exhale follows. Awareness stays clear and contained. It does not spread outward. Contained awareness reduces sensory overload. Reduced overload sustains regulation. If there is any urge to adjust posture, pause first. Notice if adjustment is actually needed. Often, the urge passes on its own. Passing urges do not require action. Inhale without anticipation. Exhale without extension beyond comfort is less than hash shown. 5 hash is greater than. Comfortable rhythm is the goal. Comfort maintains itself. This is a state your system recognizes and can return to easily. Stay with this stable, grounded presence. It continues reliably, without effort. This regulation continues, even when you stop paying attention. It does not switch off. It does not need attention to stay active. Notice how the body is no longer checking for changes. Checking keeps systems alert. Bring awareness back to the breath briefly. Inhale arrives steady. Exhale remains longer and even. That longer exhale continues stabilizing internal pressure sensors. Stable sensors prevent urgency from returning. Let awareness settle into the center of the body, not scanning outward. The chest remains open, without effort. Openness here reduces defensive tone. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale stays smooth and unbroken. Heart rhythm remains adaptable. Adaptability allows calm response without shock. Notice how thoughts now feel spaced apart. There is room between them. That space is functional. It supports clarity without pressure. Bring attention to the neck again. It stays aligned, without stiffness. Alignment without tension conserves energy. Conserved energy reduces nervous system load. Inhale gently. Exhale longer, steady. This rhythm maintains CO2 tolerance. Tolerance keeps breathing calm under stress is less than has shown. 5 hash is greater than 9. Notice the shoulders remain low. They are no longer preparing. Preparation signals threat. Threat expectation is inactive now. Another inhale arrives quietly. Another longer exhale follows. Bring awareness to the arms. They continue to feel heavy and supported. Support here sends safety signals upward. Safety signals quiet the mind. Thoughts that appear now stay brief. They do not spiral. Spirals require urgency. Urgency is no longer present. Inhale without emphasis. Exhale without effort. Notice the abdomen again. It stays soft and responsive. Softness here stabilizes internal rhythm patterns. Stable patterns support sustained calm. If attention drifts toward the future, let it return gently. No correction is needed. Correction reintroduces pressure. Pressure is unnecessary. Another breath moves through. Exhale remains slightly longer. Notice the lower back. It is supported, without tension. Support without effort keeps posture stable. Stability reduces vigilance. Awareness remains clear and contained. It does not scatter. Scattered awareness increases stimulation. Contained awareness reduces it. Inhale steady. Exhale smooth and even. The nervous system continues to regulate automatically. Automatic regulation requires no input. Notice the hips and legs again. They remain grounded and neutral. Grounded does not mean heavy or slow is less than #0. 9 hash is greater than. It means reliable and balanced. Another inhale arrives. Another longer exhale leaves. If there is any remaining internal pressure, allow it to dissipate on its own. Dissipation happens when nothing resists it. Resistance feeds sensation. Non-resistance allows release. Awareness can now rest as a whole. No parts need attention. This is a stable operating state. This is a state your system now recognizes and returns to more easily. Stay with this calm, grounded presence. It remains available, without effort. This state holds itself without supervision. Nothing drops away when you stop paying attention. It operates on its own now. Notice how there is no effort keeping this in place. Effort would feel obvious if it were present. Bring brief attention to the breath again. Inhale arrives quietly. Exhale remains longer and even. That pattern continues to reinforce safety signals. Safety keeps urgency inactive. Awareness stays close to the body, not wide. Wide awareness increases stimulation. Contained awareness stabilizes it. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale stays smooth and unbroken. Heart rhythm remains adaptable and calm. Adaptability allows response without escalation. Notice how the mind is no longer pushing forward. There is no internal momentum. Momentum is what creates pressure. Without momentum is less than #0. 3 hash is greater than pressure dissolves. Bring attention to the face again. Muscles remain neutral. Neutral tone reduces sensory input. Reduced input supports clarity. Inhale gently. Exhale longer, steady. This rhythm continues to balance blood pressure signals. Balanced signals keep the system within range. Notice the chest remains open, without effort. No guarding returns. Guarding would signal threat. Threat expectation is not active. Another inhale arrives naturally. Another longer exhale leaves smoothly. Thoughts may still appear. They register as information only. Information does not require action. Action pressure is absent. Bring attention to the arms once more. They remain heavy and supported. Support here keeps overall tone low. Low tone conserves nervous system energy. Inhale steady. Exhale unhurried. The abdomen stays soft and responsive. Softness continues stabilizing internal rhythms. If awareness briefly drifts, let it return without correction. Correction adds effort. Effort is not needed for clarity. Clarity is already present. Another breath completes itself. Exhale remains slightly longer. Notice the lower body again. Hips and legs stay grounded and neutral. Grounded posture supports alert calm. Alert calm supports daily function. Awareness remains steady, behind the eyes, not searching. Searching would indicate future scanning is less than #0. 9 hash is greater than. Future scanning is inactive now. Inhale naturally. Exhale smoothly. The nervous system continues regulating without interruption. This is its default. When pressure is removed, notice how there is nothing to wait for. No ending is required. States like this persist without markers. They remain as long as they are not disturbed. This is a familiar state your system can return to whenever needed. Stay with this clear, grounded presence. It supports you without effort or demand. This steady state does not weaken. When you stop watching it, it remains stable on its own. Supervision would add effort. Notice how the body is no longer orienting outward. Orientation increases alert load. Bring attention back to the breath as a reference point. Inhale arrives even and quiet. Exhale remains longer, smooth. That longer exhale keeps pressure signals balanced. Balanced signals prevent sudden activation. Awareness stays close to physical sensation, not scanning. Scanning would imply threat detection. Threat detection is inactive now. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale remains unbroken. The heart continues adjusting its rhythm. Adjustment happens without conscious input. Bring awareness to the back of the neck. No tightening appears. Neutral tone here supports steady blood flow. Steady flow supports calm. Alertness is less than #. 5 is greater than. Inhale gently. Exhale longer. Controlled. Notice the upper chest again. It remains open and responsive. Responsiveness allows movement without bracing. Bracing would signal urgency. Another inhale enters. Another longer exhale follows. Thought speed continues to slow, not stopping. Slowing creates space between thoughts. Space reduces cognitive pressure. Bring attention to the arms and hands. They remain heavy and supported. Support here reduces overall muscle tone. Reduced tone conserves nervous system resources. Inhale steady. Exhale smooth and even. The abdomen remains soft. Softness continues, stabilizing internal sensors. If a thought tries to pull attention forward, let it pass. Passing does not require effort. Effort would reintroduce urgency. Urgency remains offline. Another breath completes itself. Exhale remains slightly longer. Notice the lower back again. Support is consistent there. Consistency calms the system. Inconsistency is what triggers alert responses. Awareness stays clear and localized, not diffuse. Diffuse awareness increases stimulation. Localized awareness reduces it. Inhale naturally. Exhale slowly, within comfort. Comfortable pacing keeps regulation sustainable. Sustainability matters more than depth. Notice how there is no internal countdown, no anticipation of an ending. Anticipation would activate preparation circuits is less than #0. 9 is greater than. Preparation is unnecessary here. Another inhale arrives quietly. Another longer exhale leaves. The hips and legs remain grounded. Grounding supports upright calm. Upright calm allows readiness without tension. Tension is no longer required. Thoughts now feel optional. They do not demand completion. Demand is what accelerates thinking. Without demand, thinking slows naturally. Inhale steady. Exhale even. The nervous system continues operating within range. Within range means adaptable, not rigid. Notice the face remains neutral. No expressive holding. Neutral expression reduces feedback to the brain. Reduced feedback supports calm clarity. Another breath moves through. Exhale remains longer. This pattern is now reliable. Reliability builds trust in the system. Trust reduces the need to monitor. Monitoring would add pressure. This is a familiar state your system can return to easily. Stay with this steady, functional calm. It supports presence without effort. This state does not suddenly change. Consistency remains without monitoring. Consistency is what the nervous system trusts. Notice how the body is no longer checking the environment. Checking would signal uncertainty. Bring attention back to the breath as it is. Inhale arrives steady. Exhale remains longer and smooth. That longer exhale continues regulating internal pressure is less than #0. 9 is greater than. Regulated pressure keeps urgency inactive. Awareness stays anchored inside the body, not extending outward. Outward extension increases stimulation. Reduced stimulation sustains calm. Another breath cycle completes itself. Exhale remains unbroken. The heart maintains a flexible rhythm. Flexibility allows smooth response, if needed. Bring attention to the center of the chest again. Notice how it feels more neutral now. Neutral sensation does not demand interpretation. Interpretation is what activates loops. Inhale gently. Exhale longer, controlled. This breathing pattern continues improving heart rate variability. Improved variability supports steady alertness. Notice the shoulders remain relaxed. No lifting. Lifted shoulders would indicate readiness. Readiness is unnecessary here. Another inhale arrives quietly. Another longer exhale leaves smoothly. Thoughts that arise now feel distant. They no longer pull attention. Pulling would require urgency. Urgency remains offline. Bring awareness to the arms again. They continue to feel heavy and supported. Support in the limbs sends safety signals upward. Safety signals stabilize attention. Inhale steady. Exhale even and calm. Notice the abdomen remains soft. Softness allows breath to move freely. Free movement prevents internal pressure buildup. Pressure buildup is what reactivates alarm is less than #. 5 is greater than. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale stays slightly longer. Awareness remains clear and contained, not drifting. Drifting would reduce clarity. Clarity remains stable. Bring attention to the lower back. Support remains consistent there. Consistent support reduces compensatory tension. Reduced tension conserves energy. Inhale naturally. Exhale smoothly. The hips and legs stay grounded. Grounding supports upright calm. Upright calm allows readiness without pressure. Pressure is not present. If the mind attempts to plan or anticipate, notice that shift. Let planning dissolve without resistance. Resistance would feed the loop. Non-engagement allows release. Another inhale arrives. Another longer exhale leaves. Notice how time feels less compressed now. Compression is linked to urgency. With urgency inactive, time perception normalizes. Normalized timing supports calm function. Bring attention back to the face. Muscles remain neutral. Neutral expression reduces feedback into the nervous system. Reduced feedback maintains regulation. Inhale steady. Exhale longer. Comfortable. This rhythm remains sustainable. Sustainability is what allows this state to persist. Notice there is no internal countdown, no sense of needing to finish. Finishing would imply effort. Effort is not required. Another breath completes itself is less than #0. 9 hash is greater than. Exhale remains calm and even. The nervous system continues operating within a stable range. Within range means responsive, without escalation. Awareness stays steady behind the eyes, not searching. Searching would indicate future scanning. Future scanning is inactive. Inhale naturally. Exhale smoothly. This is a functional, grounded calm. It supports clarity without tension. This is a state your system recognizes and can return to easily. Remain with this state as it continues reliably. Nothing needs to be added. This stability does not fade or fall away. It continues without effort. Nothing is being held in place. Notice how the body is no longer preparing for interruption. Preparation would create tension. Bring attention to the breath again as a quiet reference. Inhale arrives evenly. Exhale remains longer and calm. That longer exhale keeps internal rhythms aligned. Alignment prevents sudden activation. Awareness stays anchored in physical sensation, not drifting outward. Outward drift increases stimulation. Reduced stimulation maintains regulation. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale stays smooth and unbroken. The heart continues operating with flexibility. Flexibility allows response without urgency. Bring attention to the center of the chest once more. Sensation there feels neutral and steady. Neutral sensation does not demand explanation is less than #0. 9 is greater than. Explanation is what fuels loops. Inhale gently. Exhale longer. Steady. Thought activity now feels slower and spaced. Spacing reduces cognitive load. Reduced load allows clarity to remain. Clarity does not require effort. Bring awareness to the shoulders. They remain low and supported. Support here prevents compensatory tension. Tension is unnecessary. Another inhale enters quietly. Another longer exhale leaves. Notice the arms and hands. They remain heavy and still. Stillness here reduces overall muscle tone. Lower tone conserves energy. Inhale steady. Exhale smooth and even. The abdomen stays soft and responsive. Softness keeps internal pressure balanced. Balanced pressure keeps urgency inactive. Inactive urgency prevents spirals. If a thought attempts to accelerate, notice it early. Early noticing allows it to pass. Passing does not require correction. Correction would add pressure. Another breath completes itself. Exhale remains slightly longer. Notice the lower back again. Support remains consistent. Consistency signals safety to the system. Safety keeps alertness calm. Bring attention to the hips and legs. They stay grounded and neutral. Grounded posture supports clear presence. Presence does not require vigilance. Inhale naturally. Exhale comfortably. Time perception remains even. Even timing reduces internal pressure is less than has shown. 5 is greater than. Pressure reduction allows the mind to stay quiet. Quiet does not mean empty. It means unobstructed. Unobstructed awareness stays functional. Another inhale arrives. Another longer exhale leaves. Notice the face remains neutral. No expressive holding appears. Neutral expression reduces feedback to the nervous system. Reduced feedback sustains regulation. Awareness remains steady behind the eyes. Not searching. Searching would indicate future projection. Future projection is inactive. Inhale steady. Exhale smooth and even. This state remains reliable. Reliability reduces the need to monitor. Monitoring would add effort. Effort is unnecessary. Notice how nothing is moving toward an ending. There is no signal to stop. States like this continue without markers. They persist as long as pressure stays low. This is a familiar state your system can return to easily. Remain with this grounded, regulated presence. It supports you without demand or strain. This state does not end when attention moves elsewhere. Nothing drops away. Nothing signals completion. The system remains exactly as it is. Stable, unchanged. Bring attention back to the breath as a quiet constant. Inhale arrives evenly. Exhale remains longer and smooth. That longer exhale keeps internal pressure signals balanced. Balanced signals prevent urgency from returning. Notice how the body is not preparing for anything. Next is less than #. 5# is greater than, no readiness forms. Preparation would activate alert circuits. Those circuits remain inactive now. Another breath cycle completes itself. Exhale stays extended and calm. Heart rhythm remains adaptable. Adaptability allows response without shock. Awareness does not orient outward. It stays close and contained. Contained awareness reduces sensory load. Reduced load sustains regulation. Notice the chest remains open. No guarding returns. Guarding would signal threat. Threat expectation is not present. Inhale steady. Exhale longer, unbroken. CO2 tolerance remains elevated. Elevated tolerance keeps breathing slow under pressure. Thoughts may still pass through awareness. They arrive without urgency. Urgency is what accelerates thinking. Acceleration is absent now. Bring attention to the arms and hands. They remain heavy and supported. Support in the limbs sends steady safety signals upward. Safety signals keep the system within range. Another inhale arrives naturally. Another longer exhale leaves. The abdomen stays soft and responsive. Softness maintains internal rhythm balance. Balance prevents alarm from reforming. Alarm remains inactive. Notice the lower back and hips. Support remains consistent. Consistency builds trust in the body. Trust removes the need to monitor. Monitoring would reintroduce effort. Effort is unnecessary. Inhale without anticipation is less than #. 5# is greater than. Exhale without delay. Time perception stays even. Even timing reduces internal pressure. Reduced pressure allows clarity to remain. Clarity stays functional and alert. Notice the face remains neutral. No expressive holding forms. Neutral expression reduces feedback loops. Reduced loops maintain calm regulation. Another breath cycle completes. Exhale remains longer and smooth. There is no need to exit this state. No signal instructs the system to change. This is not a pause from life. It is a regulated operating mode. From here, movement and action remain available. They occur without urgency. Awareness stays steady behind the eyes. Not searching. Searching would indicate future pressure. Future pressure is inactive. Inhale steady. Exhale even and calm. This pattern remains reliable. Reliability allows confidence without tension. Nothing needs to be held. Nothing needs to be finished. This is a familiar operating state your system can return to whenever needed. The system continues exactly as it is,